In the remote mountains of South America, there exists a fabric so rare and so luxurious that the world calls it the gold of the Andes.
Why does just
a few
so
grams of
valuable
its sell
that
for
even the
thousands of
wealthiest
dollars?
buyers wait
And what
years
hidden
just to own a
secrets have
single
allowed it to
piece?
remain
But
the
what
world's
makes this
most
simple
exclusive
looking
textile
worth
for
more than
centuries?
gold?
In today's video, we take you on a journey from the freezing Andean highlands, where the elusive Vicuña roams, to the high-end boutiques where only millionaires can afford garments made from its wool. You'll discover that Vicuña wool is not just fabric. It is a symbol of royalty, history, and extreme rarity. Once reserved only for Inca kings, it is now prized as the softest, finest, and most expensive natural fiber on earth. A single scarf can cost more than a luxury car, and a coat can cost more than a house. But why? What makes this fiber so extraordinary, so untouchable, and so impossible to replace? Today, we uncover the story behind the world's most expensive fabric, and trust me, once you learn the truth, you'll never look at wool the same way again. As we travel deep into the Andes, thousands of meters above sea level, temperatures drop, winds cut through the valleys, and oxygen levels fall sharply. Yet in this harsh environment lives an animal so delicate and elegant that ancient civilizations believed it was a gift from the gods, the Vicuña. These shy, wild camelids produce the finest fiber on the planet, but in quantities so tiny that their wool is considered nature's rarest luxury. Each Vicuña can only be shorn once every 2 to 3 years, and even then, it produces barely 200 grams of usable fiber, less than what is needed to knit a pair of gloves. This extreme scarcity is one of the reasons why Vicuña wool is priced higher than gold. But rarity is only half the story. The fiber itself is a scientific marvel. Each strand of Vicuña wool measures around 12 microns finer than cashmere, softer than any natural fiber known, and able to trap heat better than fabrics used in Arctic expeditions. When you touch it, it doesn't feel like wool at all. It feels like warm air, like softness you can barely hold between your fingers. This unique structure allows the Vicuña to survive freezing nights in the mountains, and it's the same property that makes garments made from its wool unbelievably lightweight, warm, and luxurious. However, collecting this fiber is not a simple task. For centuries, people hunted Vicuñas to near extinction for their priceless wool. By the mid-1900s, fewer than 10,000 were left in the wild. Governments had to step in, banning the sale of Vicuña wool entirely. It was only after strict conservation programs and protected shearing events known as charco that the population slowly recovered. Today, locals capture the animals gently, shear them, and release them unharmed. This ethical process not only protects the species, but also supports the livelihoods of remote Andean communities. It is one of the few luxury goods in the world that directly benefits indigenous families who have protected these animals for generations. Once collected, the fiber undergoes an incredibly delicate cleaning and sorting process. Because Vicuña wool is naturally golden cinnamon in color, it is almost never dyed. It is spun into yarn by expert craftsmen and woven into garments by luxury houses in Italy and Peru. A standard Vicuña coat can take months to produce and may cost anywhere from $15,000 to $50,000, depending on the brand. Even a simple scarf, weighing less than your smartphone, can cost several $1,000s. And still, there are waiting lists. In the world of high fashion, owning Vicuña wool is not just about comfort, it's a statement of heritage, rarity, and extreme exclusivity. So is it worth the price? That depends on how you view luxury. Some see it as the softest fabric nature has ever created. Others consider it a symbol of success. But for the people of the Andes, it represents something far more meaningful, a reminder that when humans respect nature, both can thrive. A species once on the brink of extinction now stands as one of the world's greatest conservation success stories. And perhaps that is the true value of Vicuña wool, not just its rarity or its beauty, but the incredible journey behind every strand. In a world full of mass-produced materials, Vicuña wool remains a masterpiece of nature, crafted slowly, carefully, and ethically. And that is why it continues to be the most expensive fabric in the world.